everyone! It's finally spring here in Philadelphia, and I'm so excited the sun is shining despite all of the allergies that are happening right now. I'm just excited at least to see the sun. I'm kind of over winter here in the Philadelphia area. I wanted to take some time today specifically just to chat a little bit about a series of questions that I've been getting that are pretty similar, just the wording is a little different. One of my clients reached out to me the other day that one of their employees is sort of disengaged. So during the day, they are finishing all their work, they're doing everything that they needed to do, but once they're finished their work, they start to play video games or other games and then become disengaged until that kind of 5 o'clock on the dot hits, and then they're able to leave the office. So my client was really concerned that they're not really involved with their team, and the first instinct was, what do I do? And should I fire them for not being a team player and not being engaged? And the question to me comes in a variety of forms because it happens a lot. Oftentimes we have employees who, get the work done and do it really quickly and then leave the office, or get the work done quickly, then go into their office and just do their own thing. And it's really interesting, and it brings to the point just our different expectations in the workplace. And the really importance of having those conversations to show and share what those expectations are. So let's just go over a few things of what you can do if this is a situation that's happening to you with an employee. Maybe if you're the employee that is doing this and is becoming a little bit disengaged. I think there's a lot that we can do and a lot that we can learn from these situations. So the first thing is to have a conversation. I'm not one to just immediately fire someone or have you're not doing your work, it's time to go, right? Especially if you haven't had that initial conversation. So I'm always trying to assume the best intentions from this individual. So assuming that, one, they're doing all of the work that they're supposed to do, and they're doing it to the best of their ability. You're getting everything that you need from them. You're getting it on time, if not early. Then it's time to continue that conversation because you want to let them know what the expectations are. And oftentimes if people have a list of things to do, they check off those things in the list and assume they're done for the day. But if that's not your expectation, if the expectation is to help out a team member, to start a different project, or to do something else, you really need to initiate that conversation as a supervisor so they know. The second piece is modeling that behavior. So it's one thing to have the conversation and say, we value teamwork. We really want you to work together and help other people. We want you to do X, Y, and Z. But if we're not modeling the behavior, it's really hard for that individual, one, to take you seriously, and two, to interpret what you're saying and actually put it into action. So you as a manager kind of walking around, asking questions of people, what can I do to help you? What information do you need during your one-on-ones? Really showing and sharing that you're interested in supporting your team and asking for anything that you can do to initiate moving forward. So it's really important to demonstrate those expectations as well as share them in the conversation. And the third is during those conversations or in different conversations, ask them what they're looking for. Because quite frankly, when we talk about millennials and now we're talking a lot about Gen Z, they might be bored, right? Maybe they're not being challenged. Maybe they don't know what else they can do. So they're finishing their work and they're just getting frustrated that we're saying, okay, it's not 5 o'clock, you have to stay here. And they don't see the value in that time. They don't understand why. So there's a few things that you can do with that. One would be asking what they're looking for, asking how can they be challenged, what are professional development opportunities that they can have, meaning those last 2 hours, if they in fact need to be in the office for a particular reason, maybe they're doing an online class, maybe they're doing some other professional development within that time. So it's being useful and you're able to use that information for their job in of itself. And the second is during that conversation, maybe talking about those flex hours, or here are the things that you need to do, and here's a checkbox of all the things that need to be done before you can leave for the day. And if all these things are done, you've asked everyone if they needed help and they didn't, or you initiated a new project, then you can go. So talking about that, it doesn't have to be that 40 hours butt in seat kind of workplace. So 3 things to do would be 1, to have a conversation about expectations. Where are they coming from? What are your expectations? What do you see that's really important and really valuable in the workspace? 2, talking to them about professional development opportunities. Where do they see themselves within the company? What areas are missing? Are there other things that they can do with that time? And in that conversation, talking about maybe off hours or different hours and showing them essentially a checkbox of all the things that need to be done. But once those things are done, then they can leave the office. And 3, and arguably most important, would be demonstrating. If we're saying that all these things are important, we should be doing professional development, we should be helping out our peers, that you're showing that, you're modeling that behavior in the office so people really know what to do. I'm very curious what you've done in this situation. If you have employees or you are a supervisor that are going through this, comment below, let me know, share your thoughts. If you have any questions about employee engagement or leadership, follow me on Twitter at notokaythat'sokay, or send me an email at alyssa@notokaythat'sokay.com. I look forward to hearing your thoughts.